Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It's time.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is Wrestling with Toxicity. I am, of course, your host, Super Veered Vince Hoover, joined as always by Super Bro, aka the Book of Jason Hoover. And boy, do we have a big episode tonight.
Not only that, folks, we got to talk about some of the other stuff that happened in wrestling this weekend, like the Fast Lane, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Mannix,
Fastlane.
what you doing, man? And Mannix in the YouTube chat, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, there it is. I was like, well, I'm not seeing
Yep.
his chat. Hey, Lord Mannix, how's it going? Oh, let me unmute this. It is.
Fuck, that timer felt like forever. Holy shit, fuck, so long waiting, fucking sucks. Big episode, big dickoldian.
Yes. that's yeah, that time. See, it's like a watch pot never boils, Tommy. You keep watching the clock, it gets insane. But we are on. It is now starting the biggest episode, even according to WWE themselves, the biggest episode of NXT of all time. For those of you who don't know,
starting off with Cody.
Yes, we're starting off with Cody. For those of you who don't know, Kevin Owens will also be on the show tonight. He put it out on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, that he just wants to kick somebody's ass. He's pissed about last night, so he will be out there.
Something, Cody Rhodes.
That crowd, as tiny as it is, because there's only like 500 people in there, maybe.
Yeah.
They are so fucking loud. Tommy, if you're not at work and you want to come on, just message me, brother. I'll send you the link.
No, he's at work. Oh, Tommy? No.
No, I saw that Lord Mannix said he was at work. I would have invited him as well, but he's at work.
Yeah.
I love how much Cody cares about fans.
Yes.
That means so much to me. I don't ever want to see him go heel as long as he's in WWE.
If it makes sense for the story.
I don't care about the story. I don't care about the story. His connection with fans, just keep him a face. Let him hug the fans. Let him give out his belt. Let him sign signs like he just did. He does that all the time. Just keep him a face.
Yeah.
Unless the crowd completely turns on him like they did in AEW, I just don't see that happening. Oh, they still have pyro. Nice.
Is it actual pyro?
It was giant sparklers on the stage. They were like 10-foot tall sparklers.
well,
they're not sparklers. So they're shooting out of cannons, but it's still pyro.
Right. Yeah, technically. So, folks, remember, AEW and WWE's NXT are both 30 minutes live, no commercial breaks. And by the sounds of it, this entire first 30 minutes is going to be nothing but the crowd cheering for Cody.
Yeah. That media scrum has put him and Jay on a whole other level, by the way. If you guys didn't really catch the media, go on YouTube when the show's over. Go watch the media scrum just for the Jay Uso, Cody Rhodes interview.
Yep, it's great.
But he also made a comment about never going to NXT because it's his dad's legacy, and but here he is, He said, hey, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeet. I'm gonna try to steal that soundbite from the from that one in the do you feel him, sir? Like that when he that just it's so good. But the question he was asked at the end of that media scrum is actually a very poignant one. Would he ever consider taking over his dad's role in NXT? And Cody is one of the best promos in the game right now.
Yes.
I'm surprised he doesn't have his belts with him.
Me too.
Oh, more than one announcement. Okay. Like, part of me, I realize this is a watch along and we're supposed to talk along with it, but part of me wants to just turn the sound up and let it play.
I don't want the strikes again.
I know. Okay, so we're getting a second breakout tournament for the men this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Lord Mannix, exactly.
Good.
Being the best when very few are good. Yeah, they're bringing back the Dusty Rhodes Classic. The Dusty Classic is coming back. I heard a rumor, but I don't want to say anything until this is over.
He really has, Mannix.
I think Seth Rollins has kind of hit a ceiling when it comes to promos, and he's realizing it.
Yeah, I think the character's also getting stale.
Yeah, he'll be changing soon. Cody Rhodes is the special guest general manager of NXT tonight. The Dusty Rhodes Classic
Nice.
coming back. Now he hasn't announced it yet, but the rumor has been that whoever wins the Dusty Classic will not only have a shot at the NXT titles, but they have the option to go after the undisputed titles. That is the rumor. I don't know if there's any truth to it. He didn't say it, so I don't think it's true. He needs real stakes or a genuine threat to have something to talk about. Agreed.
Agreed. And as much as I hate to put it this way, as much as he's tried to give and raise that title belt of his, unfortunately, with it holding as long as it has not raised its stock.
I don't know if I agree with that. I like it, and I think that
No, I
I think being on one person for so long helps. Hot potatoing the title makes it mean nothing,
That's cool.
and his fights have been ridiculous.
Yes.
It's a nice double-breasted suit Dragunov's got on.
What? There's people watching. What's that? I don't agree with that, Mannix. It's. I would like to see Gunther actually win that title and
Yeah,
watch what he does with it.
that's something. I think Damian Priest will win it soon. Then I think Gunther, when he loses his title, will start going after it. Dominic Mysterio. Oh, and Rhea. So I mean, that's always a plus. Yeah, this is not piped in booze. This is not lowered microphone. This is Dominic just getting booed.
Nah, this is. I think it was just me in that one Monday night.
Every time the Judgment Day's left them lane, they just beat the Judgment Day for the titles.
Mm-hmm. I thought he was going to say something else on that one.
I did too. And I love that with Cody. Cody's not saying anything in his ear. He's just doing it because Mommy's whispering in Dom's ear. That's great.
Oh.
But Dominic's going after the NXT title. Obviously, he's going to get beat.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. LA Knight is a special guest referee in the Ilya Dragunov versus Dominic Mysterio match. They are holding nothing back, and I love every second of it.
This is going to be amazing.
By the way, I think they let more people in.
I think so too.
It looks like there's more people in it. Like, they're always a packed house. NXT always has to turn people away. But
there's walkways. You can see the walkways going up and down. Tonight, I don't think there are any walkways. And he's a shitty parker.
Do what?
He parked like crap.
Nobody ever parks. They always pull up like that and then not park. Like
I wish there was like a valet guy that would come out there. Yeah, he wrestles every now and then, but he's usually just the valet guy who parks the cars.
Yeah. Oh, our first match is Roxanne versus Asuka. Wow.
Oh.
If anybody ever had any doubts at all about Roxanne Perez being ready for the main roster, this match will quell those doubts. I'm sure of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know what also is missing from the stands is the Chase U section, which is always wrestlers.
Yeah.
Which I know some people are like, "Oh, you're padding your attendance." They're not padding their attendance. What they're doing
No.
is allowing up and coming talent to watch in person these matches, which is how
Yep.
they should be
One.
doing it.
Two, we're helping another
Yeah,
wrestler
you're
push
pushing it.
their gimmick.
Exactly. Oh yeah, she has never lost in an NXT ring.
This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
Roxanne Perez getting the win here is such a massive push. It's a massive win.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, I could see her not win as long as she holds her ground. Oh, Shotzi's back.
Well, they're.
I mean,
That,
just have special guest referees for every match. Why not? I know she's just going to commentary, but
yeah. Especially since next week's sort of Halloween Havoc,
yeah,
and she was the host last year for Halloween Havoc.
I think she actually hosted it 2 years in a row.
Could be. Mm.
Oh, they just announced that she'll be hosting Halloween Havoc this year.
Good.
Oh, I forgot Halloween was on a Tuesday this year.
Yeah. So, since Carrying Cross, whatever, is a failure, they're going to use Scarlet as the spooky witch bitch gimmick now.
Well, apparently there's a big push in creative for Carrion coming up.
Really? I hope
Yeah,
so.
that's what all the rumors are anyways, is that apparently there's a big I think he's one of those project people that Triple H refuses to let go of, and now that Triple H apparently has 99% creative control
Yeah.
thanks to Endeavor.
And legitimately, I followed Killer Cross and Impact and was a huge fan of his work and stuff like that. Like him and Dexter Loomis had a series together that was not only the wrestling was really good, but the storyline was actually really good. So
By the way, I've seen some people online because they just announced the pub match with British Strong Style and Gallus, talking about
yeah,
how why is NXT trying to erase the original British Strong Style? Like they're not. Trent Seven's just not here anymore. He's with another company. He's under contract with another company.
for now.
So if you're going to do a 6-man, you got to bring in somebody else. And who better than Brawling Brute's tag mate to Butch than Rich
Yeah.
Holland? They're not trying to erase the history of British Strong Style by saying this is the new British Strong Style.
No.
It's a one-off.
And honestly, in my opinion, I think they're actually trying to pay tribute and respect to the classic group.
They could just easily not mention it.
Mm-hmm.
They could say it's the Brawling Brutes with Tyler Bate.
Right.
They could do that. They're not doing that.
People are actually booing Roxanne.
It's the love of Asuka. They'll cheer her when she's if she wins. Yeah, see, they're cheering her now. The one thing I hope they don't do is have Roxanne win with a small package. Like, have her beat her.
Yeah, like
if you're gonna have her win, have her beat her. If you're not gonna have her win, have Asuka beat her. But it.
This might be over.
Yeah, Roxanne still look good. But it makes sense. No need to break Asuka's undefeated streak in NXT. I wish the pin hadn't been so kind of
lackadaisical.
Yeah. I don't say lackadaisical, more like, like the dominant heel style. But
yeah. But I appreciate the bowing and afterwards.
She showed her respect. And I'm nitpicking at that point.
Yeah.
I like that kind of DDT move Shasti does with the leg hook like that.
Almost a fisherman suplex, but DDT form.
But it's not fisherman suplex because she's crossing the leg over. It's not just hooking the leg. It's like she actually crosses it over the other leg, like almost like you're sitting with one leg on your knee. That was pretty cool. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, while we're in a little lull in between stuff, don't forget you can get your merch at our merch store, ! Merch in the chat. Jason's wearing the NWO style Wrestling with Toxicity. I've got the brand new Let Me Explain Super Beard shirt on. So make sure you check it out. Paul Heyman has just arrived. Also, to make sure you join our Discord, keep you up to date on things, as well as every recipe each week for the Geeky Kitchen. We haven't lost stream, so I will be streaming tomorrow for Geeky Kitchen. We're gonna redo last week's episode. I did the entire episode, not realizing I wasn't on air. So we will just do it again. This week it'll be terror dogs with stuffed mushrooms. A new dessert though, because the chocolate dessert I did last week, as great as it is, I still have some left over. I still have some left over. Like, it makes a lot. So I'm gonna pick a different dessert.
Okay.
I might do like a dessert style drink because there are drinks in there as well.
Ooh, nice.
So that's, so here's the thing: they might go longer than 30 minutes before commercial, unless they're going to go to
agree.
commercial. Unless they're going to go to commercial like right as the match starts, because we're already at 8:26.
Yeah. Oh, knew that was happening.
Yeah, it makes sense. I do find it interesting that Gallows is in white shirts,
I think
and
it's
I
new,
wonder
new
if I.
merchandise.
No, it's not just that. I think what it is, it's to because there you see that there's beers there, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be the ones that get the beers poured on them.
Most likely.
And there's nothing to this match. It's just a fun beat 'em up brawl.
Yeah.
Ooh, just the sound of that's got to suck.
Oh, yeah, the bowling ball? Yeah. Uh-oh.
I thought the beers would go on them, but I guess not. So for the first commercial break, they're going to go picture in picture too. That's pretty smart.
That's really smart.
So they're playing a Chucky advertisement for the new season of Chucky. I find it really
Yeah.
weird that it's not the character Jennifer Tilly played in The Bride of Chucky. She's playing herself, but as a
Yes.
murderous psychopath. It's Jennifer Tilly, the murderous psychopath. Which, by the way, just weird random facts about Jennifer Tilly. She is an elite poker player.
Oh, I knew that.
She is a world class professional poker player.
Mm-hmm. She's. I've watched some of her matches and stuff like that. Like, even as an actor, she's still got a really good poker face.
Well, I think that helps. I think being
Mm-hmm.
an actor helps that. Ooh, oh, oh, oh.
What? Oh.
They just slammed Tyler Bate on that keg,
Oh.
but good lord. Reg is back using the keg as a weapon. Mm. Good God. Mm. A little bit of green showing from Ridge, no big deal.
What was Ridge doing before Brawling Brutes?
He played rugby.
Okay,
He was
so
an
he wasn't
elite.
like an
No, he was an
he
elite
wasn't in
English. He was an elite English rugby player. Got picked up by WWE. Spent time at the Performance Center. Had a couple matches at the NXT, but like 2 or 3, and then got called up to be with Sheamus. He might have done like an episode or 2 of the Underground BS that they did.
right, but that's still WWE. It's not, he
Yeah.
wasn't in the independent circuits. He
No,
wasn't.
no. This is all, and he didn't have that long in NXT, and I think he only spent before getting on TV less than a year at the Performance Center. See, they've played homage to both British Strong Style and the Brawling Brutes.
Yep.
Yeah, see, this match, it's just a fun match.
Yeah.
First pin attempt. You want to know what's crazy? This match has only been going on for like 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and
6
we've already
maybe?
gotten like so much. Oh, that probably sucked for him. He hit his lower back on the apron.
I think I'm like 15 seconds behind you, which is fine for this.
That is an innovative submission. I like that. Ooh.
Mm.
My microphone on? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
It keeps flashing
No,
red, then the light goes off.
I don't know. Because I have not heard you.
The amount of times I
skip
have
a
to
beat at
reset
all.
this damn. The amount of times I have to reset this damn mic. You overshot that a bit. That's all right.
Mm.
There we go. Crowd loves that.
The other thing I'm doing with this NXT, I was looking at all the matches and seeing if people are like, okay, this is why I should be on the main roster type thing.
Oh, Tyler did great with that sugar glass. You'll see what I mean.
Very, very good match.
Yeah, that was fun. And that's exactly
Few
what you need for something like
miscalculations.
this. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but I mean, like, especially in a hardcore match, it's going to happen.
Hmm.
But that's exactly what you need on a night like this.
When did Tyler get the ink on his arm?
I asked that last week. I knew he had tattoos on his forearm, but now it's like almost
Right,
a
but
whole
that's,
sleeve.
yeah, like under the armpit type thing.
Yeah, he's gotten more work done.
I'm thinking about getting that book.
Might be a good read. Comes out right around your birthday.
Yeah. I had, well, back in the day, I had the China one when it first came out, too. That was a good one, too.
I wonder if Becky would drop the title to her. Considering the story and everything, and it's.
I think she would.
Might be turning Tegan heel.
She may need it.
She needs something to get her a boost up. Unfortunately,
Honestly,
her injuries really hurt her, and then just not being used after getting called up hurt her. I don't understand that.
legitimately, I could see her joining Damage Control, like rekindling that friendship between her and Dakota.
Maybe. I don't think the Damage Control needs it, and I also don't think she needs it. By the way, the Lightning beat the Predators 5-3.
Sweet.
And the Predators tried to kill their own man.
What?
Slapshot from mid-ring hit their own player in the head.
Ooh.
Yeah.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I am also excited for SmackDown season premiere.
I'm excited for this. And I don't know if you're seeing the same ad I'm seeing, but it's a trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's, the movie.
No, I am seeing it. Like I said, we're 15 seconds apart. I'm watching. It just started for me.
Yeah, I'm excited for this film. And it's going to be on Peacock the same night it comes out in theaters.
Ooh.
Which will hurt it box office-wise, of course.
Eh.
But if it does well, like if it gets major streaming numbers, which are now, by the way, as part of the writing strike, the writing contract that got picked up, they have to report accurate numbers publicly.
Right.
So if it does well streaming, I think it can, because I do believe the plan is to do at least a trilogy of films. I've never actually played the Five Nights at Freddy's games, but I am so deep in the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah. And I know there's a Five Nights at Freddy's cookbook, but obviously it's going to be mainly pizza based. So I haven't gotten it yet. It comes out on the 24th. Like, it's not out yet.
Okay.
It comes out on the 24th, I believe, is the release date. And I'm going to get it. And I might do like a special episode the weekend after Halloween with it. Because obviously Halloween night, we're going to be watching NXT Halloween Havoc.
Yep.
And trust me when I say trying to take all the equipment out of my studio and put it in the kitchen to do an episode and then try to bring it back in to do that ain't happening.
No.
That ain't happening. I'm not doing that.
That's so, like I said, if we ever win big money and stuff like that, we're going to have a designated house, kitchen thing.
For anybody who doesn't know, my foolproof plan to success is winning the lottery.
Yes.
And in winning the lottery, we're going to be moving to New York City. And the house I have picked out, I have a few of them, but the one that's like number one on the list actually has a kitchen that's kind of for entertainment and then a kitchen that's just to be used when you're just by yourself on another floor. The floor that is meant for entertainment is the parlor floor with there would be a watch along studio across from a kitchen that is solely meant for the show. And then the very penthouse would be the studio for regular podcast. And we would probably do the NXT ones up there too. The pay-per-view watch alongs or big event watch alongs would be downstairs, depending on how we want to do it. Might just depend on how we feel, might make the whole thing down there. Who knows? But
who knows?
Yeah, no, there would be like my ideal setup is to have cameras and everything in the kitchen at all times. Have at least one technical producer that can run everything behind the scenes for me, so I'm not trying to run everything as well as cook. Like there's a whole process.
Yeah.
But I love what I do, and I love doing these cooking shows, and the Geeky Kitchen is a true passion project of mine. And even though groceries have gotten to become insane thanks to inflation, it's definitely something I love doing and I want to keep doing.
Like we would definitely be looking for editors and producers and stuff like that to hire and stuff like that. But I also think some of our watch alongs and conversation pieces, like our Thursday night geek and noobs and stuff like that, would be a lot better to be together in person.
Oh, I agree. Plus, it'd be a lot easier to get guests and stuff being in New York City.
Yep.
Stuff like that.
Heyman's going to be the last one to come out. I got a feeling it's going to be Heyman last.
Well, he's already arrived.
Right. No. What I'm saying, like, you got Cena coming out now, which means Carmelo Hayes comes out next, then Braun Breaker, then
well,
they Paul
might.
Heyman.
Yeah, maybe. I'm surprised they're doing this match now.
They might be doing it now. This might be one of those promo spots.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Like, this maybe just be a promo spot. I thought it was the main event, but you've got that NXT Championship match. The crowd is singing his song. Even he got shocked when he first heard it.
Yeah.
Because they don't do that in live crowds. They just cheer for him.
Nice. Now, anybody who's watching NXT for the first time, who happens to be watching us and stuff like that, first of all, welcome. Thank you. You may think this is just all big blowout hype and stuff like that, and this is not what the crowd normally does. No, this is a normal NXT crowd, and these superstars are being shocked by what they're seeing, legitimately shocked.
Yeah, especially the guys like John has never been in NXT. He doesn't know this world.
Yeah. No.
Now, again, there are more people here than normal. They probably let an additional 100 people in.
That's what I'm thinking.
But it's still like 500.
Mm-hmm.
But they're louder than a damn 15,000 arena. That's loud.
Mm-hmm. Ugh. Ooh, goosebumps.
Well, he said his name.
But he only said it once. It's the Beetlejuice theory. You gotta say it 3 times.
Yeah, true.
I'm hoping that when they bring Braun up to main roster or stuff like that, that he sticks on Raw and he keeps this heel persona. I'm hoping.
They're using John Cena's theme, but as Braun Breaker sucks. By the way, John's got his knee pads on.
Yep.
Which is his entire uniform.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he makes some kind of comment about Steiner. John is so good at that kind of stuff.
He really is. Like, the man's got legendary promo skills. Nope, here it goes.
Okay, so yeah, that is the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, makes sense. The next match is the NXT title match with LA Knight as a special guest referee.
Whew. I wonder how much time they're going to give it.
Well, we still have, I think there's a breakout, at least one breakout, women's breakout match tonight.
Yeah.
But I think
Plus,
there's just 3 matches left.
In an hour.
Yeah. They'll probably give
All right.
they'll give Breaker and Mello probably 20 minutes. 15
Okay.
to 20.
The breakout match probably get about 10, so that leaves about another 20 plus commercials and stuff like that to
Yeah.
Okay. Not bad. I'll be right back and get a drink.
No worries. We are on commercial break on NXT. You can still talk. Your wired headset and microphone are wireless.
Oh yeah, that's right. So, and what do you think about what I was saying earlier about how this is a audition kind of for their main roster debuts and stuff like
I'm
that?
sure a lot of talent feel that way. Like knowing who's there, knowing who's around. I'm sure Triple H is there in the back.
Mhm.
As important as this show is, and as many people as he has there, I'm sure he's in the back. Oh, we also have Kevin Owens is supposed to be here tonight.
Yeah, and they still haven't said anything about him kicking anybody's ass. So
You've also got The Undertaker.
supposedly,
Well, considering that every promo commercial has the gong at the end,
well,
and Cody
just
Rhodes
'cause you
brought
have
it up at the media scrum, and there was a very interesting musical note at the end of each of those promos, huh? You're not going to tease that and then not, because that is going to drive so many people away.
yeah,
Because there are people who are tuned in tonight solely for The Undertaker. That is the kind of person The Undertaker is.
I could honestly see Undertaker being there and going to talk to Gacy, like
I mean, maybe.
spooky character, because
Maybe.
Gacy's playing that lost.
But do you really
thing
want
right
The
now.
Undertaker to be in a backstage segment? He has to come out to the ring. And
It's
just
NXT,
talking to
you got-
Gacy,
yeah,
that doesn't make any sense as far as what you bring The Undertaker in for on this night. Because
this is true.
Joe Gacy's story right now is not even anywhere near the top tier of anything going on. It is truly an afterthought right now. And it's mainly because he got screwed by no fault of his own
Yes.
or by management. Because the Dyad, the grizzled young veterans, who I don't fault them for this, they inadvertently
No.
screwed Gacy because they wanted something more. And they weren't getting it. And so they did what was best for them, which is what they should have done,
Mm-hmm.
and moved on. Oh, excuse me. So he's kind of in limbo right now, and that's not the person that the Undertaker. You bring him out. You just honestly, you bring him out. He does his 9 hour long entrance, even though it's a much shorter ramp. You just have him come out and say something about NXT and the future, roll his eyes, and that's it. It's a 30-second fucking promo.
I want us to go to Royal Rumble in January.
I'm trying to see what I've got. Some people I've called. I'm trying to see what I can do. Push comes to shove, we'll buy tickets. I've already invited Nate Slater and Allie down.
Nice.
So.
Nice. Dijak in the background.
I like that. I like that. The bada bing, bada boom, battle royal. 10
I like it.
teams. If you get eliminated, your partner's also eliminated. When it gets down to the final two, it's a standard tag match. Winner of that goes on to
Love it.
face Tony D and Stacks the next week.
Ooh. Ooh.
We might get Baron Corbin versus Ilya at Halloween Havoc night 2.
Baby. I wonder if he misses the NXT crowd.
I don't think so, only because they were never this hot for him. Like, they were hot for him, don't get me wrong, but the main roster is uber hot for him. Like, they are
Yeah.
ridiculous. So I think that, like, while he probably like appreciates and respects and loves the NXT crowd and where they came from, he's not like,
Mm.
oh man, I wish I could go back there. I was hot. I was big fish, small pond. No, he's big fish in the big pond.
Like
I think
legitimately,
I think
NXT
he's fine.
Fire was like a campfire, whereas the main roster is like a volcano magma.
Yeah, it's a 5 alarm fire of an entire complex. You know,
Mhm.
so like that's the difference. Yeah, I think one thing that LA Knight could do that'd be really funny is right now immediately turn to Rhea and throw her out.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
But at the same time, part of having the biggest NXT of all time, Rhea is one of the biggest stars of all time right now. So you kind of keep her around. But I do think Rhea does get thrown out at some point.
Oh, Knight's already getting in her face though.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. He's already said one move and you're out. Like he's already done the hand gestures and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
I think she will get thrown out. And if Judgment Day runs in, I'm sure he'll flatten somebody.
Yeah.
He'll give a BFT to whoever it is or whatever.
JD
Probably.
McDonough. I got probably. Because Dominic legitimately tried to help JD beat Drew.
Yeah. Those Tims that LA Knight's wearing,
Yes, sir.
they're nice. But like to me, like unless you look close, like you're gonna be like, oh, are they Tims? Or like you could literally get those same boots at like Rural King.
Walmart.
Yeah. Like it's not worth the $100 something plus for the Tims, especially since they're not comfortable. I had a pair, man. Ugh. That's why I prefer. I remember when I first got my job, I got a pair of Tims and I got a pair of Lugs, and I returned to Tims after a few days because they were like, "Oh, we got to break them in." I'm like, "I'm not. The Lugs are comfortable now."
Right.
And I still love Lugs. I know they're not like popular anymore, but I love Lugs.
It's like I still love Vans, you know?
Vans are still like they have a nostalgia value that they'll always be like pop. That's why there's still Van stores everywhere. Remembering the Kevin Owens thing and the Undertaker thing, I don't expect this match to go longer than 10 minutes.
No, I really don't.
It also doesn't need to.
Okay, I'm gonna. Hold on, you can go to bed. I will be. I promise. Love you too. Oh, so I didn't get your opinion on the Bronson Reed beating Champa and Ricochet. No, not Champa. It was Chad Gable.
Chad Gable. Well, what it does is it helps extend a little bit more of Gunther's reign because Gunther will beat him. But you'll start to see more cracks in Gunther's armor. It also allows it to make sense for Chad Gable to get back into the circle because I still think it's going to be Chad Gable that beats him. So that allows him, like, it gives you a little more space between Chad's last loss and finally beating him. Because you still see his singular focus is Gunther. Like they had that whole vignette prior where he was getting chopped by Otis and all that. So it allowed Gunther to have a really good match with Bronson Reed next week. And you either have Crown Jewel or Survivor Series where Chad Gable finally beats Gunther.
Yeah, I also think Gunther is going to elevate Bronson Reed in that match, you know.
Yeah, because it won't be a squash by any stretch of the imagination.
Like
I said, Gunther will be kind of taken to his limits a little bit with a guy that big. So we already had one kind of interference from Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
That allowed Dominic to rake the eyes and turn the match around.
Pardon me. So I do not like my local Subway anymore. They can
Why is
shove
that?
it.
Why is
They
that?
got rid of the roast. They got rid of the roast beef.
Why? It's part of like a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
their signature sandwiches right now.
You're right.
I've been
but they
pissed.
don't
I've
carry
been pissed
roast-
at. I've been pissed at Subway since they got rid of the chicken breast, but I still eat there. They have really good Phillies, and I'm not. I don't. People are like, oh, Subway shit. Whatever. Shut up. It is weird though. They got rid of the roast beef.
And it's just my Subway, the close to me in Bartow, because like I went to one in Orlando area, they had roast beef.
Yeah, ours has roast beef. Matter of fact, I technically have 2 Subways here. I have a Subway, a freestanding, well, not freestanding, it's in a strip center. I have a Subway, and then I have a Subway inside the Walmart, which is like a mile further down the road. Both of them have roast beef. And I will say, I've had Subway at other Walmarts before, and they're usually like super skimpy because of what they have to pay into the Walmart. My Subway at my Walmart, I almost prefer to go the extra mile to get my food from them, just because they pack everything.
Nice. Very nice.
Like, I normally order my Philly with double meat because I'm a fat ass. I don't have to at the one at Walmart because they put a shit ton on there.
Nice.
Like, if I'm super hungry, I'll do the 50-cent extra meat where they, because it comes like the pre-measured thing of Philly meat.
Yeah.
You get 2 of them for a foot long. If you order the 50 cents extra, you get 1 extra. Or if you double meat it, you get 2 extra. If I'm super, super hungry, or I super plan on eating half and eating half later, because I will eat a whole foot long in a sitting, I'll order at the Walmart just the 50 cents extra meat. Because again, they're instead of it being like leveled off in that little cardboard container, it's like a heap on each one.
Nice.
I love that, like, single leg hook German. And if you were to do that, like the single leg hook, and then almost like jackhammer it, like go up, like jump up a little bit and like turn a little bit, you could literally turn that into a finisher where you slam them down and roll it into an immediate pin.
Be cool. Ooh. And all you did was piss off Dragunov.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember this guy had a 30-minute war with Gunther.
That is still talked about. Like, I've been seeing clips of that war.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. By the way, let's say Gunther, he loses the IC title to Chad Gable. Say he comes down to NXT and beats Dragunov and wins the NXT title for a while.
Okay.
He has the ability to be the first ever true Grand Slam champion.
Yeah.
Because if he goes on to win the United States title, and then tag titles, and then world title, and then undisputed, like, it's a lot to win. But because he's an NXT UK champion, he would have a title that even The Miz wouldn't have ever had.
Yeah. By the way, kudos to Dominic, doing an extremely good match tonight.
Yeah, again, he has definitely improved. Like I said, I think part of it is like, no offense to his father, but getting into a circle with the Judgment Day and having Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley to be with and hang with and learn from has helped him expand.
Yeah.
Because, let's be honest, Ray's matches at this point are pretty formulaic. They're pretty formulaic.
They really are.
And
I mean, it's
nothing against that. The man's been doing this for so damn long.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think it's also a good thing that being with Finn and Damien and stuff like that, he's been able to create his own style. He's no longer copying his dad's moves. He's making his own style and stuff like that. You know.
Well, they've also they've got him doing some of the Eddie Guerrero stuff. They do still have him doing some of his dad's stuff, but he's like you said, he's got his own stuff.
I hate that move.
It's brutal looking. I wouldn't want to take it. I would not want to take it.
No.
Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest.
Who we got?
Ladies and gentlemen, Kel McCosplay's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
BFT on JD McDonough.
I called it.
And Trix got Rhea.
I think I'm a little bit behind you guys. You're gonna need to catch up.
It's all good. Where are you at?
The bell just rang for me.
Yep. Okay. All right, should be caught up now.
All
Okay.
good.
So what up, boys?
Not
How's it
much, how about
going?
you?
Good, good.
Your daughter having a happy 21st?
Yes, indeed. My eldest daughter turns 21 today, and you know,
You shit
we
faced
cooked
yet?
her one of her favorite meals. What?
She shit faced yet?
No, not yet. She's got to work tomorrow.
Oh.
Ah,
But yeah, she's a CNA at a different facility than I am, and we she's happy about it. She started doing CNA work before I did, and she's one that kind of taught me into it to do it myself.
Good call.
Yep. She took a hiatus. She was going to school for it, but she lost her scholarship, unfortunately, because one of her teachers was a douche.
Typical.
I understand that one.
Yeah.
Sounds like some of the Reddit stories we read.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Which we'll be doing some more this week, by the way, on Thursday night, Geeks and Noobs. We'll be doing some
Sounds good.
more Reddit stories. Also, we will talk in brief about Loki season, episode 1. Episode 2 premieres at 9 p.m. that night. We won't go too much into detail because the actors are still on strike, but we'll talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, I got to rewatch it. We did watch it last night, but my mother came right in the middle of the episode. She talked to us for about an hour, and then we went back and finished it. I'm like, I'm kind of lost, so I'm gonna have to rewatch it.
Please do, because it's phenomenal.
It was trippy as hell.
It's so good. It is so good. Ki Hong Quinn, God, I fucking love him.
That's exactly where I was going. Seeing Short Round again acting, and he did a phenomenal job in this role.
I attribute this role more to Data. Like, this is what happened to Data in the Goonies.
Oh, I totally agree.
Like, he would get picked up by the TVA and be turned into their research and analytics guy.
Yeah, I can see that.
That nobody visits in 400 years.
Yeah.
On purpose. Nobody ever actually purposely visited him.
And not to spoil too much, but what I also appreciate was that his memories were coming to him kind of as they happened in the past.
Yeah.
And that's a very interesting take on time.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the whole theory that all of time is happening at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I always recommend people watch the movie The Arrival with Amy Adams and Jeremy Renner. I think it's the most fascinating film on time that we've ever gotten. And the fact that the end of season 1 Loki showed that the time is cylindrical.
Yeah.
And as he even said, it's all happening at once. It's kind of like Dr. Manhattan into Watchmen. And more so the series dove into this more, the HBO Max series, The Watchmen, where everything was happening to him all at the same time. Okay.
And coincidentally, that guy that was just talking with John Cena looks a lot like Jonathan
Majors.
Jonathan Majors, yes. I kept wanting to say Josh Majors. I was like, that's not it.
Paul Heyman talking with Ava Raine, The Rock's daughter.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
That's
But-
technically bloodline stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, she's in the
Technically-
bloodline technically.
Technically. And they kind of need a woman.
Jade Cargill, baby. I got goosebumps. Please have her come out to the ring. Seriously, I'm telling you, the best way to do with Jade, have her beat Becky, run for 3 months as a dominant champion, and then bring her up. Let her acclimate to the WWE style. And you've got a bona fide star. Because she's already a bona fide star.
She really is. By the way, Kel, do yourself a favor. If you get a chance to go back and watch this, go watch the beginning of this show all the way through. This has been an amazing show all the way through so far.
It's a great jumping off point for people who haven't really been in the know for NXT.
Mhm.
This is a really good jumping off place. And
Alrighty.
I don't know who Lola Vice is facing, but because she lost the tag match last week, I do believe she'll win this breakout wrestling. So what we're about to see after commercial break is what's the women's breakout tournament, where new NXT stars are being made as we speak. You're literally watching people be made into stars, and that's what you break. And
Right.
Cody announced earlier tonight that following the end of the women's breakout tournament, there will be a men's breakout tournament. Because what they normally do is they do 1 year men's, 1 year women's. Now they've decided to do both back to back. I think that's smart because they do have a lot of new talent, and they have a lot of guys that are getting ready to get called up because they are so ready for the main roster. And the main roster is slightly depleted of new faces, of like enough for the crowd to get behind.
Mhm.
We're kind of in that period where it's time for new people to come up. You're getting all the love for LA Knight, which is fantastic. But,
Yep.
Which, by the way, speaking of LA Knight, also talking about merch, there is a Kelly McCosplay shirt in the merch store. It's phenomenal. It's one of my favorite things I've ever done.
Yeah.
So please get the vest he's wearing tonight had the black and white LA Knight on it. I replaced all those LA Knights with TGN Networks logos. I put Kel's face on there. Kel looks like he's been hitting the gym. It's a very fun shirt. I love it a lot. So please go check that out.
Yeah, I'm just so happy I had that stupid idea that popped in my head.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Uh,
Oh, you know what? That's something else we should do, Kel. We should find some of these infomercial videos like this Drain Weasel, and we should react to those. Like
Yeah.
find the most ridiculous ones, like the Flex Seal or the Flex Tape and all that stuff. Or like
Yeah.
have you seen Slap Chop, but have you seen the ones with the old lady who's like she's doing like the copper pans and shit?
yeah.
I think, yeah.
There's a guy on YouTube who does voiceovers for those, and they're funny as fuck. So we could react to those as well. That's something I think we could do for fun, especially since we still have no idea when this goddamn actor strike is going to be over. Oh, by the way, for everybody who doesn't know, again, not trying to scab or anything, but Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 is officially on digital today. I highly recommend people buy it. It is a phenomenal film. It's so good. I'm probably gonna go get it after we get off the air here. Well, I've been playing God of War Ragnarok on New Game Plus in my room.
Nice.
That's been fun. But I also know that like there's a good reason I'm not streaming that because I would end up not. It took me everything this morning at about 7:00 this morning after playing it since about 9:00 last night to put it down and try to get some semblance of sleep. So I know if I do it on stream, I'm fucked. I'm just gonna be here on the couch playing it nonstop. So
I understand. I just started a new playthrough of Red Dead Revolver 2 or Red Dead Redemption 2
Nice.
for the like umpteenth time.
that's a good game. I want to do the same with Skyrim. Like I love playing Skyrim through. I'm super excited for Spider-Man 2 to come out, but I don't have a PS5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Now that the final episode of The Continental is out and I can sit down and just watch it all the way through, I'll do that this weekend as well.
yeah. We
Uh,
like me and Frida. We watched the first 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm. Do you recommend it?
It's interesting. I can't say if I recommend it yet because I haven't got further in. It's drawn me in.
Well, it's only 3 episodes.
Yeah,
You've only got one
It's
episode
only 3
left.
episodes?
Yeah. You've only got one episode
dang.
left to draw you in.
So he's not Kurt Angle.
I know, right? He is a person who retired Kurt Angle, which I hate.
Yeah, that's some horseshit.
Yeah.
Drink with the wrong way.
Oh, I forgot my drink. Damn it.
Haha, you suck.
But yeah, back to what we were talking about before NXT started tonight. That was a great game between the Predators and the Tampa Bay Lightning tonight.
Except for the Predators tried to kill their own player.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that.
I had walked out to come into the studio and I was watching the aftermath of it, and then I saw the replay. Slap shot into the head.
Yeah, they
Jesus
clocked that
Christ.
thing at 90 miles an hour too.
Oh, so a slow slap shot.
Yeah. But
Slap
still,
shot, like slap shots, like, yeah, no, 90 to 100 mile an hour is pretty average for a slap shot. That's insane. Like,
Mhm.
that's a hard rubber puck. I've played hockey. Jason's played
Mhm.
hockey. We know.
Yep.
Are we gonna get Nathan Frazier?
But
Oh shit!
two glasses credit. He came back in the third period.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I mean he
That
got
means
up,
passed.
walked
That
up.
means he passed concussion protocol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's all that matters to
I
me.
mean,
That's all that matters to
and
me.
he made some great defensive plays there at the end, but unfortunately, Preds couldn't pull it out.
Yeah,
And
3 to
Lightning
5
took
was
it
fun.
5-3.
So I was all set the Lola Vice to win, but
Mhm.
Danny Palmer is a hell of a talent. And for her to lose this early doesn't make any sense. However, they would probably do the interference angle because Electra Lopez is out there.
Speaking of Electra Lopez, I actually work with her cousin.
Oh, nice.
Really
Yeah. He's a great guy, too.
nice.
See, you should see if you can get her on the podcast at some point.
Ooh,
We're
oh,
working
nice
on
roll
it.
up.
Oh, she landed on her head. She landed on her head. That's fully on Lola. That wasn't on Danny.
Oh, yeah, I just
Ooh.
saw that. Why am I behind?
Don't worry, I am too.
I think I'm ahead of everybody. I don't think necessarily you guys are behind. I think you guys are on a standard TV delay because I'm watching through the Spectrum app on Roku, and they may not have as much of a delay on the app.
Yeah, I'm on my
Right.
Hulu account, so
Oh, Hulu has a longer delay than I think even Jason does.
ooh,
This is actually for a breakout match. They are doing very well. Oh!
we'll catch up.
Damn!
Oh!
That is something I have talked about. Why do not more people do that? Why do people not? Why do more wrestlers not do that?
I have no idea.
Ooh.
Because it is a standard spot, the drop down to leapfrog. You're taught that
Mhm.
like day 1, day 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, why are not more wrestlers kicking people out of the air like that?
Yeah, that was great.
That was awesome. Oh!
Mm. I like the double pin.
Yeah, it's smart.
Mhm.
They are doing they're doing very well. This is a very good match. I know the crowd's a little bit dead, but they've also been overwhelmed the entire night. But they're not so dead that like they're not cheering. They're just, I think,
Ooh,
tired.
I didn't think she was going to make that crossbody.
Oh, you're actually ahead. I just got the
Am I now?
crossbody. Yeah, you're actually ahead.
Okay. Nice kick up.
Oh.
Yeah, Danny Palmer is going to be huge one day. She is going to be huge. She is super talented. Yeah. She's super talented. She's super athletic, but her athleticism makes sense. It's not just to show off how athletic I am. It's always got a Look at that corkscrew into a landed it on her feet. Jesus Christ. She needs to work on that double knee a little bit, but
oh my gosh.
Oh, into a triangle. Damn.
Ooh.
Oh, what a bridge.
Right?
God damn. Oh. Oh, that heel kick.
This is
holy
amazing.
shit. What a match.
That was great.
God damn, sign both of them to long-term contracts right now.
The hell
Ooh.
yeah.
Damn,
holy
that sidekick.
Shit.
Like
that
like,
heel mick is
outfit.
that heel mick a la like a Black Mass from Malachi Black.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
holy crap. So now at this point, I want Kaylani Jordan versus Lola Vice in the main event, in the main breakdown. I think Kaylani Jordan is somebody. She was on the pre-show for NXT No Mercy against crap. Her name. I was getting ready to say her name and it just fell out of me. The girl. She's currently feuding with Gigi Dolan. They were in the pre-show match and they were incredible.
Plus, she was in that storyline before Data Book got released.
Does he have Letty's there? Is Letty in the? By the way, I love the fact that they drop F-bombs during Chase U segments.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's a really ballsy move.
It is.
And like AEW tries to top that from every now and then because they'll let an F-bomb slip without getting censored. Like Christian Cage telling Edge to go fuck himself.
Yeah.
Stuff that happened with, MJF. But like the fact that it's just part of the lexicon of Chase U is great. And by the way, I appreciate what you said about Paul Heyman's probably going to come out last. I think he introduces Braun Breaker. I think he comes out before Braun and introduces him, like he used to do for Brock.
Do you do we think in the future, after the bloodline breaks up, that Paul Heyman does that?
Yeah.
Mm.
See, exactly what he's saying. Yeah. Paul Heyman's next guy is Braun Breaker, and that makes sense to me.
It really does.
Yeah, I mean, considering his track record
Yeah.
with big physical guys. He got a little scared there. And almost aroused.
Yeah, Paul Heyman likes that. See, the fact that he's calling Roman after that, like, that's interesting. Are they wanting to
is.
bring Braun Breaker into the bloodline? He is a bloodline, not their bloodline, but he is
No.
a bloodline in wrestling, the Steiners.
True, yeah.
Or are they trying to maybe set up a match on the main roster?
We've got 30 minutes left, and they're going to give this to the whole match.
The possibilities of what could happen.
This should be a good match. The match they had, both matches they had, the match and then the rematch were both really good.
When do you think Tiffany Stratton comes back?
Probably, maybe even Halloween Havoc.
Maybe.
If not, it'll be right after. And if you're gonna have Jade in NXT and not go the route that I talked about, where she just dominates Becky, like comes out after Becky's match, like say Halloween Havoc, and does what we talked about happening at No Mercy, where she attacks her and dominates her, and then sets up for like Survivor Series or something, or the next NXT pay per view to beat her. If you want Jade to be a babyface, Tiffany Stratton's a great way to start. I'm really excited for this movie.
I am too.
It was interesting. My son-in-law and I were just talking about this earlier because there was a pop-up advertisement for it on Hulu earlier, and or not on Hulu, but on Roku, on my Roku TV. And I'm actually a little disappointed by all the trailers I've seen so far. I mean, I'm not. I'm excited for the film, but I was really hoping they would like acknowledge the tension between Polaris and Carol in the
Well,
trailers.
I think they did a little bit. Like in the second, not the
Did
first
they?
one, in the second trailer that came out, the long one, like not the teaser trailer, but the actual the first actual trailer, 2-minute one, like 2.5 minutes. There's definitely tension between the two, and I don't think the trailers need to address that as much, because a lot of your casual fans that you're trying to reach out to are just there to see. They didn't watch WandaVision. They're just there to see these new characters with this established character and building a new universe. Like, they're okay, let's see where they can bring. Then in the film, they'll be able to play off that and talk more about it. And what's going to happen is your casual fan will be like, oh, okay. So we know the tension's there, so we can see the subtle hint of it. But the people who didn't watch WandaVision are just like, okay, cool, new character. then they see the tension in the film and they may go back and watch WandaVision just to figure out what was going on. Like they'll ask
Maybe.
a friend and everything. So I don't think the trailer needs to really go into like just the fact that we're not getting a lot of interaction between them besides the fights, period, I think is actually great. Don't give away too much of the film.
Fair point.
And I think that showing the tension in the trailer gives away too much of the film. Let's get into this because even like the people who did watch WandaVision, that was a throwaway line. So they may have forgotten it now. And all they're thinking is, oh, that's the daughter of her best friend. And then that tension to show up that you didn't see in the trailer really without really looking for it. You're like, oh shit. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. So I think it's smart to not play that up in the trailers. Just play up the dynamic of they're going to end up having to work together because their powers are entangled, blah, blah, blah. But like in the second trailer, Monica, like when she's talking about the entangled powers, she's got like a bit of an attitude about it. And she's not happy about being entangled with Carol. So I'm sure it will come up about how she feels that Carol abandoned her mother who was dying of cancer kind of thing. I'm sure that's why the tension's there. We don't even know why the tension's there. I'm just assuming that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because she never came back to Earth after leaving. So she kind of abandoned both of them. I'm curious what Triple H is going to be doing on SmackDown. I mean, it could just be because it's the premiere, and he could just be welcoming people to the premiere.
Probably. Because then he did the same thing for the premiere Raw.
Yeah.
A while back. Yeah. And that's really all he did.
Brian Pillman Jr.
By the way, I noticed, like, watching this before. Oh, now they're actually showing his dad. They didn't show his dad before. Oh, this is a much longer vignette.
They're actually showing him.
You definitely can't deny that he is his son. I mean, geez.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about pulled right out of the ass.
And unlike AEW, who had the biggest opportunities to use him right, WWE will use him right. I like this. They're going to establish I am Brian Pillman Jr., but you will not call me Brian Pillman Jr. I like that a lot. What I was saying before was that I really liked that in the vignettes before he spoke, every person on the screen was a second or third generation superstar, which is what he is. And he was seeing the legacy he has to live up to as everybody else in WWE. Well, there's Tiffany.
I love how Alcyon was like, I'm out.
Yeah. So I guess Kevin Owens lied on Twitter,
or he just was making more hype.
Yeah, but it's still lying. Like if fans went there expecting Kevin Owens and didn't get it, that sucks.
Yep, Heyman's introducing.
Ooh, Knox versus Valkyrie. That'll be nice.
Don't forget, we still have the Undertaker coming. So that'll be in the final
Oh.
5 minutes. The Undertaker is coming. Because every promo for this show has ended with his gong at the end. And Cody made a point. Yeah, and Cody made a point at the media scrum to bring that up.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, there's a very interesting note at the end of every promo, huh?
Wait. Do you think Undertaker becomes the new general manager for NXT?
No.
No.
Because Sean's doing a phenomenal job.
Right.
You
But
could
not the
have
actual
him.
general-
You could have him as GM for Halloween Havoc.
Ooh.
That would be really interesting.
Yeah.
And what a perfect way to bring him back. If not, definitely for not in action, but still.
But also as like as a kind of a one-shot deal. You don't need him there all the time. You have him there. Well, it's 2 weeks because Halloween Havoc is going to be a 2-week event.
Yeah.
The 24th and 31st. You have Shotzi.
Nice.
You have Shotzi hosting it. You can have her host night 1. He could host night 2, or just have him there as the special GM for night 1 and 2. Because what's spookier than the Undertaker?
Preach.
And he doesn't even have to be spooky Undertaker. He can be the one that we got in that match with AJ Styles for his final match, the last ride match. The amalgamation of American Badass and the Dead Man. You can do that. That way he can talk and he can, interact with people.
Yeah, that would be great.
All right, obligatory kitty shot.
Woo!
I like your pussy.
Okay, lay down.
Ooh.
That's one way to halt momentum.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
First off, can we talk about how fast Braun Breaker was running those damn ropes?
Yeah. You don't see big man like Braun run that quick.
No.
Heyman just coaching them.
Heyman's doing his job, man. Heyman's
Yeah,
doing his
yeah.
job. Mm.
I love that leg drop that Carmelo does. That no look leg drop. I think he calls it
yeah.
the fade. I think he calls it the fadeaway.
Yep.
Because I mean, like, you realize how far he's jumping. Those guys are usually middle of the ring, like
Yeah.
distance wise. And I can tell you that an NXT ring is the same size as a WWE ring. Those are 20-foot rings. So that's 20-foot diagonal. But you're talking about 16 feet. I'm sure the rope distance is probably like 15 to 16 feet.
How
But
big
he's
was your
doing-
ring?
The one we got from them was a 20-foot.
20-footer?
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you what, your whole life will change if you're ever a wrestler on the independents and you get into a 20-foot ring. You will realize how small the ring you worked in was. You think, oh, this is big, this is good size, da da da. Even the difference from 18 to 20 feet is night and day. But go from 16, which is 16 is the standard on the indies because it's the less expensive ring, and most people just go with the less expensive one because they're trying to start up.
Right.
16 to 18, it's like an extra mile you have to run to the ropes. Like you get a muscle memory of how many steps you take before you got to turn and hit the ropes. And when you're going from 16 to 20, your life changes.
Well, I am glad I got one little bit of training that I was able to get while we had our thing.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Heyman looks like he's foaming at the mouth. No breaker there. He's showing his heritage. He barked earlier, and then he's doing push-ups in the ring.
Yeah, he does give a lot of nods to his lineage.
Now, I noticed he gave more when he was the face Braun than he does now with the heel.
Because now as a heel, he wants to stand out on his own.
Right.
But also, his uncle was a phenomenal heel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This
also
match
ironic that they showed a commercial during that for the Chucky series. And if you remember that god-awful promo that oh god, who was it? Wasn't Rick Steiner.
Scott
had with Chucky when Bride of Chucky came out.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there's another tie-in. Because I mentioned it earlier, we saw a commercial for Chucky, and I'm like, Jennifer Tilly's not playing her character from Bride of Chucky. She's playing herself, but as a deranged killer. Jennifer Tilly.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
And then we got on her poker career. And...
Why do wrestlers hang on to the ropes like that?
They don't fall and die.
It's you're like a foot off the ground holding on to that rope right there.
No. You got to remember, the ring itself is 3 to 4 feet off the ground.
Well, still, you're not going to break an ankle, and it's not a Royal Rumble style match. Just drop down. People take bigger back body drops.
Okay.
Going over the rope.
You see what happened to Braun Breaker, though? He fell and could have actually broken his ankle. I've seen guys break their ankle falling off the ring.
Yeah.
Like a guy, as a person who has broken his ankle, just falling,
not fun.
That height, like that, you know, it sucks.
I'm not denying that. It's just
And while the floor looks padded, there is an inch of padding on the floor. It is
yeah, it
concrete
still
underneath.
hurts.
It hurts like a mother. I hate backdrops on the floor. I see that every time I cringe.
Yeah.
Ugh. So the winner of this match will face the winner of Dijak versus Baron Corbin next week. They're gonna have a match, and those two will have a match to be the number one contender.
Ooh.
So, okay, that's just weird. 3 heels in the face, and that for. Hmm.
But the thing I think what I can appreciate is that both Dijak and Baron Corbin, yes, they're heels, but they've been
Yeah.
heels that are solely out for themselves versus the heel that is mad at everybody. Like Baron Corbin is more so, I hate my fans kind of thing. Dijak doesn't
Right.
acknowledge the fans.
No.
So in that match, he would probably be the face on paper.
On paper. But I can also see Corbin pulling the kind of quasi face thing too.
Well, he's done it the last few
in that
weeks.
one. Well, yeah.
He's been quasi face. Like he's still going after the crowd, but he's been like he was the face against Braun Breaker because Braun was the bigger heel.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
he's talked about respect and being a veteran and other stuff. So he's kind of like there's a lot that can be done. Oh.
Carmelo really took that second jumping shoulder block really good. He took that bump great.
And also Braun taking that super kick like that, I think is really good. I don't think enough people do. I don't think enough people do that. The sit down, arms out, like
the actually almost knocked out type.
Yeah.
Thing.
Like you see that literally in MMA, guys will get knocked out and they'll literally just go to their legs will lock out and they'll fall down on their ass and their arms will lock out.
Like for some reason recently, the low key knocking out his opponent, Pele kick, thing, has been on my YouTube Shorts a lot lately, and that's what he did. He just
yeah. Ilya did it earlier too when he got hit by Dom by something. He literally just he locked his whole body up and just went straight. Which, by the way, that bump sucks ass. It hurts. So that straight fallback bump. Not taking an actual bump, you just fall backwards because that's not what a bump is. You're not falling backwards. You're actually jumping up in the air, and where your ass lined up with the floor is where the small of your back is supposed to hit when you take a bump.
Mm-hmm.
And then you throw your arms out to help dissipate the impact. That is a bump they teach you. Now, obviously, most times you can't throw your arms out because of what's going on. But if you can, you do. But you're supposed to jump up a little bit, and then you land. Your lower back lands where your ass lined up with the floor. So to fall straight backwards like that sucks. Oof.
Ooh.
That was a good job on correcting a botch.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good job on correcting where they were messing up, so they made something of it. By the way, if Melo wins this, which I'm thinking he will, because you want to end on a good note like that, Braun Breaker's never beaten Melo.
No. Do we see a draft this year?
I don't know. I don't know, because the last one didn't do well.
But it's also
nothing really came of it.
Was that draft straight up Triple H, or was there Vince interference?
Cena says no, no, no.
And there's Solo.
Oh,
Hmm.
Mm. Well done, Carmelo. And we still got 6 minutes. So again, Braun Breaker's never beaten Mello.
At all.
Maybe before
And you
he
know
ever
what?
won. They might have had. No, I don't think they ever had a match before. Because that was one of the things when they first did their first title run, was that they had never actually wrestled before.
Here's the thing. That's a storyline they can bring both with them up to the main roster too.
Yeah. There's only one badass. We're gonna get the American badass Undertaker. There it is.
oh,
Oh, good expression. Good expression.
oh. And the fact that they bring back the old school Kid Rock American Badass theme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the Taker you need. Because he can
Yeah,
talk. Like, it's not just the.
it's not the Fiend Nom, it's not the Dead Man.
Yeah, this allows him to speak. He can choke slam. He can choke slam Braun Breaker right now. Give Carmelo the rub of a handshake, and then say a few words. Old school chokeslam tombstone last ride. I want that shirt.
Same.
That better be on WWEshop.com.
Yeah.
By the way, I've taken 2 of those moves. I've taken old school and a tombstone.
But not from Taker.
Yes, from Taker.
What?
From Taker. Yes.
When
Nice.
When WWE bought the school I was training at and it became FCW, they sent us a WWE old blue and yellow ring, like the old school 80s ring.
That is
ring
awesome.
Was Taker's training ring from his house. When the truck driver showed up, he said, "Hey, after you guys set up, the guy that rode with me wants to train with you guys." We're like, "Whatever. All right." It was Mark Calloway, aka The Undertaker. It was amazing.
That's wow.
Oh, that goes back to his uncle.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're looking at him.
Oh, he took the WWE thing off the mic. Or the NXT.
Oh.
Today's not that day.
Oh!
Yeah. Yeah.
Still some of the best hands in the business, baby.
Oh, damn, what a
Oh. Mm.
Yeah.
Good goddamn. Braun got high as shit.
Whoa.
Damn.
I'll tell you what.
I'm sorry.
The USA Network, the USA Network censor guy, that dude's gonna have carpal tunnel.
Holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Yes,
Tommy.
Yes.
Couldn't have said it better.
And can we just say that no one gives a good choke slam like The Undertaker?
How Braun took that, though, I give a lot of credit to him. Because you got to jump up and hang.
Yeah.
You got to plant your arm and make it not look like you're planting your arm on his shoulder.
I love that.
Hell yeah. That was awesome. That was goosebumps,
Yes.
man. That was goosebumps.
Mm-hmm.
Give him the rub. Yes. Give him Mel the rub. That was awesome.
Indeed. I'm glad I jumped on with you guys.
That was amazing.
having you here.
That
We'll try
was
to do it more often.
absolutely, yeah. Whenever you're ready to come on and ever available, you're always welcome. Of course, we've got some other people lined up to come on as well, so we're gonna have a good time. But that was the greatest episode of NXT television in the history of the company, and they booked it that way, and they fulfilled it that way. Even, like I said, even the match that should have been the time for a piss break match, the women's breakout match, which was nobody knew really, they killed it.
Absolutely,
So
they did.
from start to finish, that show was a roller coaster that went 1,000 miles an hour, and it was amazing. Just great stuff. I am super happy with that. I will go back and watch AEWs and see the reactions from all that stuff and whatever. But my God, was that hella good. That was so much fun.
That was. Like, once again, NXT has only put on two bad shows all year. Just two.
Yeah.
And the thing is, for anybody who's new to NXT and stuff like that, yes, there was a lot of superstars from the main roster and stuff like that. However, the actual wrestling and stuff like that is a standard in NXT. That is what they have become known for. And the crowd was vibrant tonight, but that is a standard NXT crowd.
That is an NXT crowd, yeah. Well, that's what I said. Like I mentioned when Kel came on, this is a perfect episode for somebody to jump on the NXT bandwagon. This was a perfect episode. You're gonna see faces from the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna see people that are gonna intrigue you to stick around, but then you're gonna get hooked by the wrestling, by the superstars of NXT. They are so good. Like I said, that breakout women's match should have been your I'm going on a break match, and that was straight fire.
It was. I mean, I had no idea who either one of those women were, and they killed it.
Yes.
So good. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for Wrestling with Toxicity. Do not forget, tomorrow night, we've got the Geeky Kitchen. I did a whole episode last week that apparently after 34 seconds got cut. So I'm going to do it again. We're going to do the Terror Dog stuffed mushrooms and a new dessert. I don't want to do the chocolate again because I still have chocolate left over. I still have chocolate bars left over. I don't want to make more. So I'll figure out a new dessert. Also, Kel sent me a great Ecto Cooler recipe. So I'm going to probably, if I don't try that out this week, I'll definitely do it next week. But we got that. Yeah. I'm going to hit the store in the morning, pick up some supplies. And then Thursday night, we're doing round 2 of the Reddit Reacts. We've got more stories to cover. We're also going to talk a little bit about Loki. We're not going to cover too much of it because, again, the actor strike is still going on. but we do want to give kind of our just reactions to it and whatnot. And again, we might talk a little bit further about my theory on why people are so kind of downplaying phase 4 and 5 of the MCU. I talked about it earlier with Jason, but Kel, I want to get your reaction to that as well. So we may talk about that as well. So don't forget,
Right.
tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern, the Geeky Kitchen. Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, the Geeks and Noobs, our flagship show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. As always, if you're on Twitch, please hit that follow button. If you're feeling generous, please subscribe. It's just $5 a month. Or use your Amazon Prime subscription. Make Jeffrey Bezos pay for it and stick it to the billionaires. If you're on YouTube, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It's free there. And please hit that notification bell so you know every time we go live. If you're on Facebook, hit that like button, hit that share button, tell all of your friends. Make sure you join our Discord, and all your geeky and newbie merchandise is right there in our merch store. If you're not on Twitch, on Twitch, ! Merch. If you're not on Twitch, it's in my link tree. It's in our link trees. You can go check it out there. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today. For Super Bro, aka the Book of Jason Hoover, for Kel McCosplay popping in. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Super Beard Vince Hoover, and this has been Wrestling with Toxicity. Peace.